Hello, everyone. It's time for Vanished Chicagoland Stories, the podcast. I'm your host, Pete Costanis. This is episode 376, season 16. Today's date is October 22nd, 2024, and welcome to the show. Yes, this is a new season. I'm very excited. On today's program, I'm going to talk about, again, the Magic Pan restaurants due to popular demand. Because I posted something the other day and people are still talking about it. So why not? I'll talk about it again. And I have a menu from 1977. I'll go through that. Also, I'll talk about another subject I never talked before is Trak Auto. It was an auto parts store. They were all over in the Chicagoland area. I'll talk about my memories of that place. But first, we'll go into a commercial break. And this program is brought to you by Carefree Sugarless Gum. And here's a commercial from the 1970s. It features Benjamin Franklin and his wife. I remember this commercial very well. So sit back and relax, and I'll be right back with the show, folks. Thank you.
Ben Franklin, you've discovered electricity.
No, something really shocking. Look, Carefree Sugarless Gum here, Trident here. Both cost the same, yet Carefree gives you 32% more gum by weight than Trident. And Carefree's taste, electrifying.
Ben, the electricity.
I'll think about it in Washington, A.C.
That's Washington, D.C.
Get more gum with Carefree.
Now in bubble gum, too. More gum.
Carefree Sugarless Gum.
Okay, everyone, I am back. I hope you enjoyed the commercial for Carefree Sugarless Gum. This came out in believe it or not, from the late 1960s, excuse me. And it was under Beech Nut. And I don't know, they got rid of the Beech Nut. And then I don't know who it was sold. I think to the Hershey Company or some other company. They came out in a lot of flavors like spearmint, peppermint, cinnamon. Bubble gum came later. I used to chew bubble gum when I was in high school. There was no sugar in it. It's made some other weird ingredient, like an artificial sweetener. They come out with different ones like that. Sometimes you bought them individually, or you buy them in a pack. Sometimes 10 or 8 or 12 like that. Used to see them at drugstores, or grocery stores, on display. That according to that commercial, it's 32% bigger. Like that. So the Trident, that is, Trident is okay. Trident's still around. I don't know if Carefree is around. I haven't seen it. I haven't played, what I mean is I never paid too much close attention to it. If it's still on the market, I don't know. I don't know. I don't think it is. There are other sugarless gums too, like Orbit, which has an interesting history of that. My dentist always advised me just chew sugarless gum. It helps your gum, helps your chewing, which I should do that, but we'll see. Okay. At the beginning of the program, I mentioned I'm going to talk about, again, the Magic Pan Crepier or Creperie or Crepe. How do you say that? Crepes restaurant? And the Trak auto store. Auto parts store, that is. They don't sell autos. No, they sell parts like that. Before I get started, I want to mention one thing. Yes, today is the 16th season. Wow, 16 seasons. That's a long time. Yeah, I started this on March 2021. I was going to start in March in 2020, but I've told this story before. That was the beginning of the pandemic. I got sick. With prostate cancer. There was no time, and I had to deal with this illness, and I had recoveries, and I wasn't up to it. So I had to wait till I recovered, felt much better. And then like I said, in March 2021, I was ready to launch it. And it's going well. People love it. Some people don't care for it. That's fine. You don't have to listen, I just enjoy doing it. It's like getting a tattoo. You can't stop. It's like, you do an episode, an episode, an episode. I like to talk, and talk to you. Like that is, I like to talk to you, the audience, and share my memories and also share my posts from Van Chicagoland because it's a fun account. People love it. So I'm here to entertain you as long as I can. Yeah, it'd be great if we reach 400. Probably will. I think so. Yeah. So we got about 24 episodes to go. We'll see about that. Okay. Now, we're going to talk about the Magic Pan restaurant. I'll give you a brief history of this place. It was a chain of fast food that served crepes. And that started in the early 1970s in San Francisco. And it was established by two Hungarian immigrants. It was a couple. Their name was Laszlo and Paulette Fauno. And they opened one in Ghirardelli Square. I went there one time in San Francisco. That was with the chocolates. So I love that. Then the Quaker Oats Company acquired it. And then it became a chain. And then they sold the company in 1982 to another company called Bay Bottlers, and that was that. I don't know what happened then. But in 2005, the Magic Pan came back by Let Us Entertain You Enterprises, by Rich Melman, and I don't know if it was the same. Not really. So. And then they brought it back in some other cities like that. But there was nothing like the one that was in the 70s and early 80s. So the locations were in Oakbrook, in Oakbrook Court, in the mall. The other one was at Walton Street. That's probably the first one. I think it was 71 East Walton Street. I don't know the exact address, but yeah, it opened near Water Tower Place. There was one in Northbrook Mall and also in Old Orchard, in Skokie, and also at River Oaks Shopping Center in Calumet City. It was there. And they would make crepes, and they make them so thin and delicious and all that. And so I haven't heard anything complaints about this place. No, people loved the food. They loved what was inside. Like the chicken, beef, or vegetables. They also made desserts out of that. So I'm going to read a menu of this real quickly, and I'll get it for you. Okay, here it is. This is a menu from 1977. So I'll be I'll do the best I can. Okay. Let's go. I'm having a little trouble here. Excuse me. Yeah, hold on. Let's see. Okay, I'll be right with you. Okay, well, yeah, I got it now. Okay, they had favorite crepe dinners. For example, tenderloin of beef, brochette and crepe, cream chicken, spinach, and souffle and salad. French bistro dinner, Tivoli garden dinner, Oriental crepe dinner, and it comes with, and then there was a soup, seafood, and salad dinner. That was not a crepes. For lunch, they had the famous chicken divan crepe. Let me see what that says. Yeah, so that was like in the creamy divan sauce like that, and people loved that one so much. They had a shrimp gourmet crepe and salad, a crepe ratatouille, crepe Saint Jacques and salad, and then a spinach souffle and crepe. Oh, very good. They had the Magic Pan's San Francisco brunch that was crepe Benedict, ham and apple crepe, egg sausalito, maple butter crepes and bacon, and ham and tomatoes mornay. Let's see, seafood specialties. They had crab delight, crepe Saint Jacques, shrimp gourmet, and shrimp creole. Also, they have desserts: chantilly crepe, mocha crepe, pecan Monte Carlo, fresh strawberry crepe, crepe a la mode, cheese blends, southern praline crepe, apple sizzle, chocolate mint crepe, crepes beignet, cherries royale, and chocolate coconut fantasy. Also, they served soups and salads, chicken gumbo soup, potage Saint Germain, French spinach salad, avocado salad, mixed green salad, and orange almond salad. And your choice of beverages. The set sounds delicious. And to tell you the truth, I never went to this place. I wish I did. The nearest one probably would be where I used to live in the Chicagoland area was Oak Brook, and I had to drive over there. I had no idea. You need a car to get over there. I wish they opened one in Fort City. That was the biggest shopping center at the time when I lived there, but no, they didn't have it. None of them were over there. Oh, they also did have one in Orland Park. Yeah, I forgot about that. And I never had the opportunity to go. So that's a shame. Oh, darn it. So people are still talking about this place, and I'm glad they want, and a lot of them want that place to come back. I hope they would come back, bring back the original one. Believe me, people would flock over there and just eat. They would, because crepes are great. I've had them at restaurants. I remember I went to a restaurant one time. I had crepe with cottage cheese stuff because a lot of people don't like cottage cheese, and it was delicious. I loved it. Very healthy. But and you've heard of crepe Suzettes. That's the flame coming up. Oh, that sounds good. Okay. Alrighty. Right now I'm going to talk about Trak Auto really quickly. A lot of people have forgotten about this place, but maybe not. But it hasn't been mentioned in quite a while. So I just thought, I was looking through the old newspapers, and they had a lot of advertisements for Trak Auto. And, it was an auto parts store. They had everything you want for your car, like that. It was, they had an abundance of inventory, whatever you need, and like that. So anyway, so I'm sorry, I just read a message on my screen. I'm laughing at this. So Trak Auto, I'll give you a brief history of that. So Trak Auto was a retail chain specializing in automatic parts. It was based in Landover, Maryland, and it was founded by Robert Haft. Now, if that name doesn't sound familiar to you, it should, because he's the guy that founded Crown Books, and I did a podcast episode about that. And then it was founded in 1979, and then it peaked in the 90s, and then and sometimes it went under some other names like Trak Auto, Super Trak, or Super Trak Warehouse, excuse me. And then they did open way all over the Chicago and the area. I found a list of the locations, but there were so many. I'm not going to read them all because it'll take me forever. So Robert Half got the idea. Look, why don't we do that? And so he noticed there were a lot of they were selling large volumes of auto supplies in his drugstores. He owned drugstores, and he had a drugstore called Dark Drug, and we didn't have that here. We had it elsewhere. And so he was competing with other stores like that, and then they expanded, and then And then down the road, he got into some legal trouble with and also his father, which was Robert Heft. And then they started closing the stores like that. And the commercials were filmed all the time. You saw them on TV practically all, like every show you watch. They were there like that. And that's kind of funny. Like that. And the spokesperson for Trak Auto was none other than Pat Harrington Jr., who played Schneider on the TV sitcom One Day at a Time. And I saw him. He did this. I don't know if he did this during One Day at a Time. Probably. And then after, when the show ended in 1984, he continued the character. And then, became the spokesperson. And I think it lasted about 89, 90, something like that, and probably got big bucks for that, I guess. I don't know. So I have no clue. So, and they showed, I remember the commercials, they showed what was on sale, carburetors, tools, probably, what else would they sell? Windshield wipers, windshield scrapers and stuff like that, whatever auto parts store they had. And so Trak Auto was sold to another company, and then it didn't work. And then they had to file for Chapter 11 in 2001. And then another auto parts store that we know today is Advanced Auto Parts. So that was Trak Auto gave birth to that place, and it's still around in the Chicagoland area. You still see some parts, so that's good. So that's interesting. Anyway, so right now I'm going to play a commercial from 1989, features Pat Harrington Jr. as Dwayne Schneider, Mrs. Ronald. That's how he talked, for Trak Auto. And when I come back, I'll wrap up the show. Okay? Thank you, everyone. I'll be right back.
I don't even have time to tell you what Trak Auto has on sale this week.
Launch meeting Schneid. Haviland SG motor oils are 79 cents a quart. Rubber Queen carpeted mats are $14.99. Mobile ATF is 79 cents a quart. And this SK socket set is $19.99.
There's over 60 sale items each week and 10,000 everyday low price.
You need it. Trak's got it.
Hey, don't ever interrupt me. This is Dwayne F. Schneid. Here.
Okay, everyone, I am back. I hope you enjoyed the commercial for Trak Auto that was released in 1989 that featured Dwayne Schneider from the TV sitcom One Day at a Time, portrayed by Pat Harrington Jr. Still has that tool belt. Oh my! He's always chewing gum, and he has a cigarette pack on his shoulder. He was a great character, on that show. He brought comic relief to that show because sometimes it was always serious and kind of depressing in a way. But I loved the show. That Valerie Bertinelli was cute. She's still darling. I liked her. But the interesting one was Mackenzie Phillips. She was interesting. But she had problems, and she's doing well. Okay, yeah, she's doing fine these days. So thank goodness. I'm happy for her. All right. So I guess that's the end of the show. It's kind of short, because I have something to do. So I'll do a quick recap of what I talked about. I talked about the Magic Pan crepe restaurant, and I read the menu from 1977. Also, I talked about the auto parts store Trak Auto that ran from 1979 through the 80s and early 90s, probably a little longer than that. Before I wrap up, I want to mention a couple of things. next Monday, I have an appointment with my regular doctor who could go for a checkup. I hope everything goes well. And then the next day, on the 29th, I will do a call, like a follow-up call to my oncologist, not the one I regularly go. This is the other one that I had my radiation done. And she wanted to check, see how I'm doing. Okay, we'll see about that. And then I will see my other oncologist November 5th, Election Day. How appropriate. And then the 15th, I will do my third calcium fusion. I don't think it's the last one. I'll probably continue with this, but yeah, so I'll probably do that. I hope everything goes well. I hope the PSA will go down and down and down, so I'm in no pain. I feel fine. We'll see about that. So, but I have to tell my regular doctor what's been going on. I haven't seen him in 6 months, so a lot has happened like that. So we'll see. I hope it goes well. Keep your fingers crossed. I'm praying every day. Okay. So this podcast will be published later on today, wherever podcasts are available: Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, also Breaker, Overcast. If you have these apps on your phone or any device, just tap them and tap following, and you will receive a notification for the latest episode. You can listen to previous episodes as you like. Also, it'll be on my blog, vanishchicagoland.blog. You can click on the link. It'll take you right there. I think it takes you to the Spotify website, so you can listen. Also, it'll be on my YouTube channel again and again and again. People still ask me this. Where do I find your podcast? Where do I find your podcast? The easiest way to find it is on YouTube. Do a search, Vanish Chicagoland Stories, the podcast, or type in my name, Picastanis. You'll find it. Tap subscribe. You will receive a notification of the latest episode, and you can listen to previous episodes as you wish. You got time. There's one person that's doing that. He's listening to everything, and he's commenting, and it's wonderful. Thank you. I think it's Luis. Luis is his name. Oh, he's a wonderful man. Thank you, Luis. Yeah, that's good. I'm surprised he found time to do it. That's fascinating. Also, I received a message from some woman that she's doing a workout and she's listening to me on I don't know what she's on, a treadmill, Peloton, something. She's doing an exercise thing. That's nice, like that. Also, to be shared on my social media accounts: Facebook, X, Reddit, LinkedIn, Blue Sky, Instagram, TikTok, and Threads. So you can listen to whatever social media platform you have. Click on the link and it'll take you right there. Copy it. If you don't, just go with the others I just mentioned, which is easier. Okay. So this is Pico Sanchez, your host for Vanish Chicagoland Stories, the podcast. Thank you for joining me for the new season of season 16. I'm very excited. And then I'll probably do another podcast episode this weekend. Probably Saturday. Yeah, I think Saturday. All right. So here's bye-bye from me, and here's a little traveling music from Ray Rayner saying bye, bye, bye. Take care, everyone, and so long.
We have to go. Bye, bye, bye.